So here we go, Colin. Round 2, choose a subject for Anne.
Showbiz, please.
Showbiz. Come on, Anne. Shouldn't be any problem for you.
50, Jim.
£50 you have.
Well done.
For a further £50, Colin, which actor plays Ken Barlow in Coronation Street?
William Roach.
William Roach gives you another £50. Well done. We move on. Richard for George.
Words, please, Jim.
Words. Come on, George. Words we'll have, please.
50.
£50. They're not being tempted by that bullseye. I think they're being very sensible. Here we go, Richard. For £50, what name is given to an auctioneer's hammer or mallet?
A gavel.
A gavel is right. Well done, Richard. You're looking good. Now then, Paul.
Affairs, please.
Affairs we'd like, Brian.
50.
£50. He's done all the damage he wants to do. He's playing sensibly. Well played, Brian. For another £50 for you now, Paul. What is the name of the space telescope sent into orbit in April 1990? You've no light on, you're OK.
The Hemmel, is it?
It's not. But there's a light on, Richard.
The Hubble.
Is right, sir, for £50. Well played. Which gives us the scores at the end of game 2. £180 for Anne and Colin, £260 for George and Richard, and Brian and Paul, £250. Well done. £100 a question. All very close. The categories left, there are just the 4, and they're isolated, so the dart players must be very careful. Colin, for Anne.
History, please, Jim.
History we'd like.
100.
£100. Well done, Anne. Very good game. Colin, for a further £100, in which Scottish valley were the MacDonald clan massacred by the Campbell clan, assisted by English troops?
Glencoe.
Without me saying in 1692 is absolutely correct. The massacre of Glencoe, £100. We move on. Richard.
Britain, please, Jim.
Britain we'd like. George. Britain.
50.
Still playing it cautiously and I think quite sensibly. Another £100 for you, Richard, if you can tell me this. Which group of around 140 islands includes St Mary's, Tresco and Briar in its 5 inhabited islands?
The Orkneys.
I can offer it across to Paul.
Is it the Hebrides?
It's not. I can see how you were doing it, but in fact it was the other group, the Scilly Isles. All right, we move on. Paul, choose for Brian.
Places, please.
Places we'd like, Brian, please.
Yes, £50, Jim.
Safety again, right. 50 I have. For £100, what is the name of the small independent state situated high in the Pyrenees between France and Spain? And there's a light on.
Is it Monaco?
It's not Monaco, but for £100, Colin.
Andorra.
Andorra gives you a £100 bonus, which gives us the scores at the end of game 1. £480 for Anne and Colin, £310 for George and Richard, and £300 for Brian and Paul. You're all doing very, very well. We move on to game 2. Here, the 3 dart players compete in 3 rounds of darts against each other to win for their partner a question. And the value of that question is the winning score. It's pounds for points. We could lose a fortune here. Over to Tony.
Right you are, Anne. First round. 20. 20. Another 20, 60, very consistent. Right, George, 60 to beat. 5. 1. Another 1, 7. That's a worry. 60 to beat, Brian. 20. Treble 20. And 20, 100, which takes the first round.
Well played. Good. Well done. You boys really are playing well. Now, this is for £100, Paul, and it does get you to within snapping distance of Anne and Colin. We'll give you £400 in all if you can tell me this. What type of fruit is a sturmer, spelled S-T-U-R-M-E-R?
Is it an apple?
Are you asking me or telling me?
Telling you.
You're telling me. I'm telling you, you've got £100. Well done. Gives us £480, playing £310, playing £400. Ooh, back to Tony.
Right, you are, Anne. It's double 1. Treble 20. And 20, 82. Well done. Okay, George, 82 to beat. Treble 20. 20. And 20, 100. Brian, 100 to beat. 20. 20. And 20, 60. The second round to George on 100, Jim.
OK, Richard, it's worth £100 to you, which puts you well within winning distance here. Watch your bonus lights as well. What name was given to the form of jazz music popularised in the mid-50s by Lonnie Donegan?
Skiffle.
Skiffle gives you £100. Gives us, look at this before the last round, £480 for Anne and Colin, £410 for George and Richard, and £400 for Brian and Paul. Well done. Back to Tony.
20. 20. Another 20 you've thrown well. That's 60. It's the score to beat, George. 20. 1. Another 1. 22. Brian, 60 to beat. 20. Treble 20. Another treble 20. 140. And takes the final one.
Brilliant. What? I don't need to say too much to you, Paul. Suffice it to say that you get this right, you get £140, giving you £540, and passes you on to Bullish Prize Board. Remember your bonus lights. As we come in with a question, this is it. In Greek legend, who killed his father and married his mother? Shh. No lights on. You're OK for a sec, Paul?
Apollo?
It's not, and there's a light on, and it's worth £60 to you, if you can tell me, Colin.
Oedipus.
Oedipus gives you £60, which means at the end of the first part of this evening's edition of Bullseye, we have Anne and Colin with £540, George and Richard £410, and Brian and Paul £400, which means, sadly, we've got to leave 4 great, talented people. George and Richard, Brian and Paul, in you come. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry, really. Sorry to lose you, because you've been brilliant. Absolutely, Mark. You really have been great. Brian and Paul, £400. You've got your bendy bullies and your tankards there and your darts. Take them with a lot of fond memories, we hope, of the day, because you've been a privilege to have on the show. And George and Richard, £410. I've got it here. I shall start to count it out now. The bullies and the tankards and darts are yours. You've been great. Represented the North very well. Very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Be back, please, in 2 minutes. We've got a great second half for you. See you soon.
Everyone loves chicken. Now here's a bigger one. Grampian Super Roaster. Twice the size of an average chicken. More meat, more flavour, better value. Grampian Super Roaster.
Now, let's see how good your powder really is.
On muck like this, my old powder had its work cut out. It did pretty well, considering. Then I discovered Ariel Ultra. Who'd think something this simple would make such a difference?
Look, with socks this filthy, this is sometimes what the best conventional powder can do. But Ariel Ultra gives you visibly better cleaning.
And with my lot, could I settle for anything less?
Ariel Ultra, visibly better cleaning.
A crisp, rich chocolate flavour coating, luscious vanilla ice cream, and through the middle, the bubbles in the sky. sky is the new Chuck Bar experience from Walls. You can get carried away by the bubbles in the sky.
If you want to catch Santa this Christmas, Argus takes care of it.
It isn't just love that makes the world go round, it's fire. In a burning desire to attract a mate, these beetles carry their fires with them. If a fire can do this for a fly, surely it can bring out the love bug in you. With the British gas range of decorative fires, the flames can be turned down instantly. Or up, if you so desire, leaving you to enjoy the romance of a real fire without doing much at all. Except what comes naturally. Gas, the heat of the moment.
So I just popped in the post office when he comes in for a passport. Next thing, she's in getting traveller's checks. 3 guesses who'll be rubbing her suntan oil in. Yes, and her with her child benefit just increased, if you catch my drift. Then young Wayne's in for a tax disc, cashing his gyro. He wasn't. Of course, then Mrs. Perkins says she's in for a refund on her prescription charges, because she's had problems with her. I mean, I'm not one for gossip. Oh, you know, only I just popped into the post office for a stamp. It's amazing what you can pick up there.
Welcome back to part 2 of this edition of Bullseye. My word, a very wealthy couple here now, Colin and Annie. What, 540 quid? You played well, and you did really well, didn't you? I thought we'd gone on the Oedipus and the Apollo bit. It was lovely how that came in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Incredible.